No one has ever come directly to your face and said this, bro. But I will, even if it makes you dislike me. If you're losing in this modern day, in this world that we live in right now, 2023, then success, being the man that you wanted to be, mwah, kiss it goodbye. Because it's the easiest time ever to win, yet almost 99% of young men, including yourself, are losing. And you're losing to the man in the mirror. And understand this. The whole world, your competition, is exactly like the man that you look at in the mirror. Unproductive, lazy, not staying true to his word, addicted to porn, video games, not staying true to your word, eating all this junk food, doing drugs, being too scared to follow your dreams and passion, letting anxiety and depression get the better of you. Come on, bro. See, I can tell you this because I have lived that life for a very long time. So this is coming from a genuine place of knowing. The climb out from being at rock bottom, because I have truly been at a place as you would call rock bottom. Here was me. I was a drug addict, growing up in the ghetto, with no father figure, with all these family problems instilled inside of my family. That was me, bro. Any mentor, any influencer, anyone that you take advice from has never said this. That the climb out to become the man, to become built, resourceful, to be a man that can leave a legacy, provide for his family, and have the life that he wants, you have to be built different. And I can tell you this because I've been at rock bottom. I do believe that you have it in you, but I also do believe so many men just don't have it in them either. You can be different. You can be truly built different. And if this video and what I've said in the last 2 minutes has made your stomach well, then you're probably a young man that's about it. And it's in you. But there are other young men watching this video as we speak that say, it's coming up with nonsense. You have to be someone that's strong, diligent, sticks true to his word, if you want to have that life. And I know that to climb out of the gutter, climb out of rock bottom, takes actual balls and grit. And I don't actually believe this modern world harbors a lot of young men like myself. There's a lot of us out here, but there's more young men that aren't necessarily about it out here as well. Maybe I'm talking to you, unfortunately, bro. Let's take a look at what is truly defeating you. Because this would hurt you to some degree, that your ancestors, your grandparents, sacrificed so much for you. You're the end of the bloodline, and you're living the life that you're living right now. Come on. That should have hurt you. Let's take a look at the modern life of a young man. Let's look at your life right now, bro. Let's say that you're weak. Because if you weren't very weak, bro, you wouldn't be watching this video. Honest truth. Honest truth. You're weak. And let's look at what's truly defeating you. You've got drugs. You've got porn. You've got games. You've got being lazy. You've got being accepted by, the boys, whatever. And there's everything few and far between in here, bro. What you gotta understand, and I want you to really let this sink in. There's another version of you right here. Let's say that this is 10 years in the future. I want you to understand that your life is being predicated on losing to porn, drugs, being lazy, wanting to be accepted, fast food, all of this stuff, right? That is slowly starting to bring in anxiety and depression. All of this, right? Because that's where a lot of young men are getting their anxiety and their depression and the feeling that, I don't want to be around anymore because my life is too hard. It comes from these modern day things. The world being so comfortable. These are destroying you. And the man here that you could be, I want you to understand this one thing. And I want you to think, do you have what it takes to do this? Really ask yourself this. This man here, in 10 years down the track, this is you, right? And let's say you got a smile on your face. You've got money. You're truly you've built yourself up. You're the man. You've got a beautiful wife. You've got a thriving business. You're a man of your word. You're the man that you've got in here, right? Are you willing, and I want you to really think about this, let this sink in. Do you reckon that you could sacrifice porn? Do you reckon you could stop doing drugs? Do you reckon you could stop playing games? Do you reckon you could stop being lazy? Stop feeling as though you need to be accepted by the boys in your life right now that won't be your friends and have your back or provide for your family if something were to happen to you. Are you willing to give up all these things that are making you weak? Understand this, bro. These things are making you weak. And you're losing to the most pathetic things in the world. Are you willing to give those up for this man here? You in the future. You're not. Some of you are, but majority of you are not. Because if you were, these things wouldn't have you by the throat. I'm going to give you a rubric of how to start conquering your life. How to turn this weakness and the man that you are today. I'm going to teach you how to conquer that so that you can set this guy's life up right now. And it's actually quite simple. So many of us have it backwards. It's so hard and it's this and that. Yeah, you know what? It is hard to some degree. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to be a winner, but you know what? It's also hard to be a bum. It is. So you just got to choose what level of hardness you want to have your life be. Do you want to have your life be hard, which ultimately sets your life up for the life you want? Or you want your life to be hard that ruins you? Just pick your level of hardness. Sad reality is majority of you boys watching, you're going to pick the level of hardness that ruins your life. Unfortunately. Now, I want you to understand, every single day, your day is comprised of only two things. There are two things that make up your day. Understand this. It's simple to understand as well. It's your day is comprised of wins, this is number one, or it's comprised of losses. That's it. This is literally what your day is made up of. And I want you to understand, 99% of you boys watching, bro, your day is comprised of losing. You're losing every single day. But, and hear me when I say this, you actually think that you're winning. And this is the modern world and the twisted, sad reality of so many men. You think the loser antics that are making up your life, right? You think going out with the boys, doing drugs, wasting all your time, being mad, cool, bro, I'm having a night out, I'm doing this and that. You think, listen to me, that that's actually making you a winner. Because you're cool amongst people that are idiots. I lived this life for a very long time, bro. Right? I told you I was a drug addict. Not a drug user, a drug addict, right? So understand that my life when I was younger was comprised completely of trying to impress other drug addicts. I'll be cool with these boys because I'll feel accepted. We can go do some dumb stuff together and yeah, I'm the man. The sad thing is, you're impressing boys that you play video games with. You're impressing boys that you do drugs with. You're impressing boys that you hang out with and just kill time with. Just do degenerate dumb stuff with. Look at them. And I want you to understand, if you're not doing anything productive with your friends, well, the sad truth, but the raw truth, is that that's what your life is destined for. So, what I want you to understand, bro, your day is comprised of losing. And you might think, well, what am I losing at? What am I losing at? I want you to understand, everything in your life, like I said, is made up of either wins or losses. And I want you to understand, when you eat that food, right? Eat food that's bad for you, right? You need to be eating good food. If you're doing drugs, if you're sleeping in, if you're not going to the gym, right? You're not going to the gym. You're doing all these things that you should be doing all these, you should not be doing all these things. Fuck. I lost my train of thought. Let me start that again. You're losing because, well, you're not eating clean. You're doing drugs. You're sleeping in. You're not staying true to your word. I want you to understand that that's actually a loss. And that tells your psyche, as a young man, that you are losing. And I'll tell you what happens, right? Because I'll tell you this, as a young man that truly respects himself, I feel as though I am a winner. I'm a man of action. I'm on a mission. I'm a man that's disciplined, right? I feel good. I feel genuinely good. And I want you to understand is the reason why you feel like shit, why you do not feel good, is because these things here, losing every single day, tells your psyche, right? These things here tell you to feel like shit. So when you wake up every day and you say to yourself, I don't feel good. What's wrong with me? Let me go smoke that weed. Let me go play those games. Let me go do those things. I'll feel better then. You know what happens? As soon as you smoke that joint, or as soon as you get off playing those video games, or as soon as you finish swallowing all that junk food, you've created this endless cycle. Understand this. You've created this endless cycle that you're going to continuously go into now again. And what's going to happen is this is going to spiral you out of control to your complete shell of the man that you could have been. Because what I want you to understand is we chase these highs in the moment. We chase highs of the fast food. We chase highs of sleeping in. We chase highs of being accepted by the boys. We chase highs by doing those drugs. But what you don't understand, in the moment you feel good, but it messes you up right after. It ruins you. And then you go do it again and again and again because you want to feel better and you want to feel better and you want to feel just happy and good. But then as soon as you stop using those drugs, or as soon as you put that video game controller down, it's back to feeling miserable. So I want you to truly understand that. It's a cycle. And it's a very powerful, strong cycle to take you to rock bottom. Which is the sad reality that so many young men are living at. Maybe it's your life at this very moment, bro. And rock bottom is subjective. You might be rock bottom the way that I was at rock bottom, a drug addict, with nothing to his name, with nothing going on for him, a shell of his former self. You couldn't even recognize me. Or you could be at rock bottom because you're just not a man of your word, you're lazy, unproductive, just a bum. It's the truth. It's subjective. But I will say this. Ultimately, if your life is comprised of losses, well, what else can it be comprised of? It can be comprised of wins. And ask yourself this question, bro. I want you to really ask yourself this. How do you start winning? How do you win? What is it? What do you do to start winning? Well, you know what? The one thing that you do is you be in a good routine, right? And you stay true to your word, right? So when you say you're going to wake up at 7 a.m., whatever time it is, bro, whatever time you set to yourself, and you wake up at that time, you know what you've done? Is you just got a W. You just won. I want you to really think about this, right? When you go to the gym, you just won. Good man. When you go do your work, you just won. When you be productive, you've won. Do you see? Your day is either comprised of wins or losses. It's right in front of you. You watching this video is a huge win. Because you're listening to a young man that is telling you the truth about your own life. And what I want you to understand, this man right here, you, 10 years down the track, the only way to be this man is to understand that your wins are the only thing that will get him there. That's it. The sad reality is, you don't have what it takes right now, bro. So I'm going to give you the formula again to how to start winning. And it's the only thing that will help you in this present moment, right? So if you want to comprise your life of winning, but let's say that you're at rock bottom. Because I've been at rock bottom, bro. I know what it's like. It's hard. When your mindset's all messed up, when you don't know any better, when you've been living this life for your whole life, it's like, there's nothing different than this. There's not a better life. I can't be a better man. I get that, bro. Trust me, I do get that. Now, what I want you to understand is our lives are comprised of the most beautiful thing, bro. I love this, and I love this word. Is our life is comprised of momentum, right? Our lives are comprised of this. But equally, right, momentum works in both ways. Momentum works in a downwards trajectory, right? You can literally have a downward spiral of momentum and, like I said, that's your cycle of bad habits, bad habits, bad habits. Or you can have an upward cycle of momentum. And this is beautiful, bro. If you don't get what I mean by this, picture a snowball, right? A snowball at the top of the hill starts off this tiny, tiny, small thing, right? But then as it gets going down the hill, right? It gets all the snow underneath it. It starts building up momentum and it's bigger and bigger and bigger. This is what your life should look like if you want to win. You start off small, and eventually, over the months, you start to build momentum by stacking up wins, day after day, pushing past your self-imposed limits. So let's talk about it, bro. I love this because I am truly a young man living in momentum, where I'm staying true to my word. I'm pushing myself past all my limits. And I'm going to teach you how to do this too. See, what we have truly got inside of us is that we as men should have this. It's going to sound insane. A lot of you boys will say, what about life? What about this? What about all this? Right? We've been told, and I want you to understand this, to have balance. Sorry, I know you can't really see that word because of the light, but you've been told balance, right? Okay, so do a little bit of work and make sure you go hang out with your friends and then make sure you go do this and go do that. I will tell you that no one successful had a balanced lifestyle where they gave something 10%, another 10%, 20% to this, 20% to that, another 10 here, and their time was all scattered out. If you want to be a man that's truly built, this man here in 10 years that has everything, right? Then balance doesn't exist. It's the truth. I want you to frame your life as this, is that you as a man, you need to be 110% dialed in or kiss the life that you want goodbye. Because if you are not completely dialed in and live with this somewhat frame, and I love this as well, right? And we're going to speak about it, is how you do anything is how you do anything. Now, this is something I completely stand by. This is my life. Momentum and understanding that how you do anything is how you do everything. And everything is a complete reflection of your life and where you are going. See, we take just no conscious awareness that how your room looks, is it clean, is it tidy, is a reflection of your mind. How your car is it clean, is it tidy, is a reflection of your life. What your habits are setting your life up for the future. You don't understand that you as a young man right now, you think that you're better than you are. It's the honest truth, right? You think, I don't need to do the basics. I don't need to make my bed in the morning. I don't need to drink enough water. I don't need to do this, do that, because I'm the man. I got with a girl one night. I'm the man. I'm cool, right? Come on, bro. I want you to understand is that every area of your life, right? Let's just say this is your life right now, bro. I want you to understand that every single area, and it's the harsh reality of what it means to be a man. Every single area of your life must be dialed in or you kiss the life that you want goodbye. Because we live our lives as a foundation, right? And what happens if your foundation at the bottom isn't as strong as the top? It's game over, right? Something happens. The foundation cracks. There's a leak. Boom. It all comes crashing down. And it doesn't matter how sturdy the top is, right? If the foundation at the bottom's cracked, finished, there's a leak in it, it's game over. It comes crumbling down. So as a man, you must take an open look approach at your life and look at everything. What time are you waking up? How does your room look? What food are you putting in your body? What habits are you doing? Who am I hanging out with? What am I doing with my life? Where is all my time going? Where's my money going? Who am I hanging with? Like everything. Every single thing. Look at the clothes that I'm wearing. Look at how I smell. Look at, bro, every single area of your life must be the best possible way it can be. If not, then I promise you, sooner or later, whatever you're starting to lack behind in, that's going to stem over to other areas of your life and ruin it and create that downward spiral, that momentum that takes you back to rock bottom. So, this is a huge thing. How you do anything is how you do everything. Everything must be dialed in. And I'll say this directly to your face. If you're not giving it 110%, then don't even bother doing it. No one will tell you this, right? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. If you say you're going to go to the gym and do a half-assed gym workout, brother, don't go. Bro, I'm telling you the truth. Don't go. If you say that you're not going to, if you're going to give a half-assed attempt to your business or to your life or to your uni assignments or to whatever it is that you're doing, just don't do it. You may as well hand the assignment in late or just not bother doing it because it's going to be crap anyway. So that's what I want you to understand about your life. Everything is a reflection. You give it 110%, you go, or you just don't do it. Seriously, right? So here's how we start to build momentum. And what we all want to do, right? What I said at the start of this video and just before is that our days are comprised of wins. Well, what I want you to truly understand is that you can be winning every single day, absolutely, but then there are also small wins and micro wins. And what you got to understand, if you want to truly win, right? This is you want to be this. To become a winner, to actually live a life that's, whoa. Yeah, people are looking at you like, oh, he must have just got lucky, right? Your life is comprised of small wins, of micro wins, and that's going to create that momentum. So here is the best example, right? All of us, and I've had this for a very long time, but we are stuck, or we are stagnant, or we're slowly starting to go downwards, right? Because I'll say this, if you're not moving upwards, if you're not winning, you're losing. There's no middle ground. There's genuinely no middle ground, bro. Because you have to be moving somewhere. Being stagnant, yeah, but you're not really gonna ever be stagnant, bro. You can throttle for a bit, but nah. You're either moving up or down. What I want you to understand is, you want to build this momentum. Don't ever underestimate doing the basics. Don't ever underestimate the micro wins. What are the micro wins? The micro win is literally being productive, staying true to your word. The small wins are just looking at your micro wins and how can I get a little bit better than what I'm doing? The micro win was not checking my phone for 5 minutes. That small win is not checking your phone for 10 minutes. Understand that when you start to frame your life, oh, that's a micro win, that's a small win, or that's actually that's a big win. That's where that momentum builds. So what I want you to understand is here, right? We all somewhat cap ourselves here, right? Can't get past this past here, right? This is it. What I want you to understand, it's the micro wins, it's the small wins that will eventually take you here. So you couldn't get here past here, but now you're here because of the micro and small wins. And then, let's say this is a month later, look at how much further you've gotten. And then 6 months later, you're all the way here. So if you want to build yourself up, if you want to start respecting yourself, feel confident, feel good, build that momentum, understand your life is comprised of wins, micro wins, small wins, and those will compound to build that snowball effect that, boom, creates this momentum that you become unstoppable. And what I want you to, again, understand this, bro, is that this is how you must live. You as a man, the beauty of what it means to be a man is that you right here, I want you to understand this, is that this is you, right? Instilled in you. Your ancestors, back in the hunter-gatherer days, the primal days, right? It is literally in your DNA to win, to conquer, to build, to survive. And I'll say this, you want to feel this, right? You want to feel happy, you want to feel proud, you want to feel respect for yourself. You know how you get this? You know how you get this? Because you're struggling with this right now. You're all sad, depressed because you're not staying true to your word. You're doing drugs, you're playing video games, you're not doing anything. The only way for you to ever feel this, the way that I feel right now, right, is to make yourself the man that stays true to his word. It's only through progress. It's only through leveling up, right? It's only through conquering. It's only through building. It's only through creating that you will feel this. It's the only way that you will ever truly feel happy. And these things, right? Making progress, leveling up, conquering, being the man that you want to be and staying true to your word. This will create this man here. But you know what? Like I said, we've all got it so backwards that we think drugs, we think games, we think watching videos, right? We think all this stuff, right? That makes us happy in the moment, right? But the next day, the next minute, you stop that thing, you put your phone down, you smoke that last joint, you eat that food, you feel this again. And you know that. You know I'm not talking out of my ass. You know that that's exactly the truth. It's only through fulfillment that you make in your life that takes a while. Delaying gratification, you will feel happy. It's in you to conquer, to win, to build, to create. It's in you. And that's what will set your life up to be the life that you so desperately want that's in here. So you must understand this, bro. You can do it. You can do it. So many other young men can't, but you can. So understand that, bro. Love you, brother.